play, the goalkeeper will be the only player who can able to use hand or arm with the soccer ball. One team have 11 player and one goalkeeper, and 10 other player and consistent of the offensive player, defender, and midfielder, and attacker or the forward. Depending on the tactic used, though the position indicates the role and playing area of that position. At the first, there will only a forward position, halfback and quarterback. The first period was named like this because it was during the 19th century that the 2-3-5 system was widely popular. The defense will have fullbacks known as the left back or right back. The midfielder will have left half, center half, and right half. And in offensive line will be outside left, inside left, center side, inside line, and outside line. After that, the format of the system evolved to include many position names. For example, in the early 1987, the term halfback was replaced by the term midfielder, referring to the position played in the midfield, but in the middle of the field and on the flanks. The center midfielder have further evolved into an attacker midfielder and defensive midfielder. In the modern game, and position in the football are strictly defined like rugby or American football. Even so, most players tend to play in the same position throughout their career because each position uses different skill and physical ability, but there are some football players who can play in the multiple positions, which is called a volatile player. Today I'm gonna talk about the transfer window. The transfer window is the period during the year in which a football club can transfer the player from the other player staff into their playing staff, such as transfer is completed by a registering the player into the new club to FIFA. Transfer window is the unofficial term commonly used by the media for the concept of registration periods as the described in the FIFA regulation on the status and the transfer of player according to the rule is National Football Association decided on the time such as the date of the window, but it may not exceed 12 weeks. The second registration period occur during the season as may not exceed 4 weeks. The transfer window of a given football association governed only international transfer into that football association. International transfer out of an association are always possible to those associations that have as opened the transfer window of the association that the player is leaving, thus not having to be open. Okay, let's see the schedule. The schedule and current schedule are expected. The first one in the Brazil association in the Brazil period season window and the 1st January to the 31st March, and the mid-end season window and 14 July to 13 August. The second Japan is the pre-season window is the 5th January to the 29th March, and the mid-season window is 15 July to the 14 August. The third and Sweden. The Sweden is a previous season window is 8 January to the 31st March. The mid-season window is 15 July to the event August. And the fifth, Norway, is 9 January to the 1 April. And the first mid-season window is the 1st August to the 31st August. And the United States and the Canada is started is 12 January to the 12 March. And start the mid-season window is the 20 June to the 19 July. And the Finland is started the 1st March to the 30 April. And the mid-end season start the 1st August to the 31st August. The Albania started the 1st June to the 18 August. And so in the mid-end start the 1st January to the 19th January. Switzerland start 10th June to the 13th August. And the mid-season window is start 18 January to the 15 January. And England and French started and the 10th June to the 1st September. And the mid-end window started the 1st January to the 31st January. India started and the 9th June to the 31st August. And the mid-end season window started the 1st January to the 31st January. Italy started the 1st July to the 2nd September. And the mid-season window and the 3rd to the 31st January. And Germany started the 1st July to the 1st September. And the mid-season window started the 1st to the 31st January. Spain start the 1st January to the 2nd September. And the middle season window started the 1st January to the 2nd February. The Scotland started the 9th June to the 1 September. And the mid-season window start the 1st January to the 1st February. Turkey and Denmark start 11 June to the 1st September. And the mid-end start the 5th to the 31st January. And the Netherlands start the 11th June to the 2nd September. And the mid-season window start the 3rd to the 31st January. And the Bulgaria and Romania start the 16th June to the 8th September. So the mid-season window start 25th January to the 22nd January. And the last one, Australian start the 24th July to the 15th August. So the mid-end season window started the 3rd to the 31st January. So the current stature in FIFA regular iteration is no longer met. And the core is next. I will talk about the core of the transfer window. Steve Cowell, former the manager of the leading in the Ireland's Premier League, and the author have called for the transfer window to be scrapped in favor of the previous system, where there could be staffed throughout of the season until the closing week. Cowell said that the transfer window panics and encourage seriously transfer and activity added that I cannot see the logic in transfer window. It's being on the fire sale and mentality cause unless we're the media as main cuffed by too many players. Adding that's the old system where if I have a problem you could look at the loan or make a short term purchase was the better that is the system we have at the moment. Former England manager Sven Goran Iverson have also questioned the value of the transfer window, commenting, "You do wonder at the time if it is right to have a window. It was easier when it was open all the time and perhaps fairer for the player. I am sure much of the business being done on the last day is a little bit desperate, and that is not right. I think it's was better before, but then I am old." So, its conclusion, we will get to know about the different rule regarding the transfer of the football player from different country, and we will talk about football that have a tutor of the event football player. This event player will have a player behind the midfielder, and the striker have to say the trading rule of the player, what's the and the trading of the football player, how to do to buy and how much it is the person who spot, and that's it. Would like this information to be acknowledged and can be saved to the Google Drive and document. So today my PP have to say goodbye. Thank you.